Hello, Seeker, and welcome to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a ruby-sized droplet craft brew on the side. I'm Nate, and I'm here with Jade and Aaron, and today we're going to be cutting our way to chapter 48 of Temple of the Winds.
Timber.
With every note cut, with every sip of beer cut. Love it so much.
Cut. Cut.
In some other we gotta keep rolling.
Cut.
That's what the board says. Keep rolling.
Cut.
I'm pointing to it now.
I'm gonna make a cut one.
I was gonna say in another bit of news, it's National Beer Day today. As we record this.
On today of all days?
On this very day.
Yeah, not the day you're listening.
And around this very day.
Yeah, we're sorry for you, which is also me, because I do listen back to these, so this is going to be very exciting right now, but very disappointing later. Which
we'll do the birthday rule. You can celebrate Beer Day on whatever day you hear this. 6 months before, 6 months back.
Because you know what? Every day is a beer day.
That's right.
Cheers.
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 And cheers to all of you seekers
you know what?
as well.
We'll send you a little cheers on the Facebook page tonight before the end of the night, just to say Happy Beer Day. So if you see that, then that's awesome. If you don't see that, then you need to go to our page and like something, because you obviously aren't in the algorithm the right way. Or whatever. I think that's how it works.
However it works.
I don't know.
Well, not this week, but coming up very soon, Jade and I and Aaron are going to be attending the Beer and Donut Festival at LMCU Ballpark on May 6th. And we can't wait to try out and report on all the tasty stuff we find there, too. I am getting so fucking excited. It's ridiculous. I've been getting notifications of the different breweries that are going to be there and the different people. Oh, there are some crazy donuts.
And here's the fun part. You know, I'm sure it's like the kids are allowed to go, right? It's probably going to be like a super, like you're taking samples, right? But it's 2 days before my motherfucking birthday. And it's right before Mother's Day. So guess who's getting lit at the ballpark?
Someone's getting lit on samples.
Yep.
And after that, we're going to hit up Costco.
Catch me drunk, eating donuts.
All right, well,
At
I
LMCU.
didn't want to throw this out there because I didn't want to set unrealistic expectations, but we for sure will be recording at that then now.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll see how much you hear of me, because, I mean...
Oh, we're going to make sure we hear a lot of you.
We will keep close track of you, I promise.
Nate might have to edit it all out, though, because it'll be me yelling.
Can't edit audio.
Only you could.
Yeah.
There's just no way to do it. I've tried.
You would think, honestly, like you would think by now they would have a way. It's just unfortunate.
I'll keep searching Google. Or what's the bad one? Bing? I'll use Bing. Maybe they'll have it.
Jeeves has got it.
Jeeves. Ask
Jeeves
Jeeves.
has got it.
That's
Wasn't
where the
there like
secret's
a
been this whole time.
Dog pile?
What?
I don't know.
Dog pile?
I thought that
Okay.
was one.
Like that was just a different browser.
Yeah.
Instead of listing the results, they're just all in a scramble on your screen. You got to dig through them.
I remember a bone. I don't know.
All right. Well, are we ready to get into chapter 48?
I'm already in there. So, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. When we last left Kahlan, she had just arrived at the keep through the Sliff, where Kara was waiting to confront her for lying. After a few harsh words, heart to heart, and eventually being forgiven, Kahlan decides it's time to leave the keep and go see Richard at the palace. And that is where this chapter begins.
Rock to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard Raw.
Uh-oh. That's on a free episode, too. You can't throw that line out there and not expect people to want to follow up.
You guys got to make sure you listen all the way to the end of the episode where Jade will do
won't.
the entire
No, I
14
won't.
and a half minute rendition of that song.
Jade,
It's incredible.
I will be one of the munchkins if you do that. Hey, I don't think she remembers there's no munchkins in that song.
Okay. We'll see.
Actually, I think there is.
Well, it is late and dark. And since Kahlan is traveling alone and people are social distancing because of the plague, she is able to walk the streets of Aydindril unrecognized.
I'm just saying, I'm always a fan of people staying the fuck away from me in public.
Yeah, I've been social distancing since early 2004.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
Since pretty much birth. Yeah.
Not having someone shove their cart at the grocery store into my ankles. Big fan of that.
Mm.
I know, I'm a little odd for having those thoughts and feelings, but
No.
yeah. Also, you can rip farts so much easier now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Where's the lie?
I was just thinking I want to elbow the old people who come up behind me at my work who try to like encroach on me in the line when I'm trying to buy my lunch. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
lady, you better back up.
Creeping up too close.
Yeah, I can smell your breath. Can't do it.
Well, there are hucksters everywhere, and they are selling fake cures and magic items, stuff to help the plague, right? Kahlan doesn't want to use the army to stop these people because they will form conspiracy theories that the government don't actually want to stop the plague.
That wouldn't happen.
No, I can't think of any example where something like that might happen.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Just redonkulous.
That'd be good content, probably, for a podcast if
Yeah.
we could think of something relatable to that. But
Not even
sugar jets. I guess it's just time to move on.
Well, if they ban those items, they'll just be sold in secret. Plus, the prices will just go up, and then the hucksters will be able to cry wolf and rally support because, no, they won't let me sell my plague pillow. Did I say pillow? I meant like amulet or whatever. But see, this will serve as proof that Big Brother is actually behind it all to them and their supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's pointed out in this chapter, Wizard's first rule.
Yeah.
My favorite part about that note is hucksters. I just can't get over that word.
Dude, hucksters is such a good
It's
word.
such a good word.
That's a top 10 word.
It's like grifter.
Grifter's nice, but it's too harsh.
But
Yeah.
exactly, that's
Yeah.
what's good about huckster is it's like, get out of here, you little scamp. It's just a little huckster.
Yeah.
It's got a little fun and game
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, Kahlan is not like, let's go full army because they're just hucksters. If they were grifters, fuck them,
Oh,
send them in.
shucks,
But
you hucksters.
Hucksters and was it Scramps? I can't think of the other.
Scamps?
Scamps. That's the one I was thinking
scamps,
of.
yeah.
Hucksters and scamps. Hey, don't let me cut you around here again. They're fine. Let them be.
They even said that there's a lot of people selling food in general, just like meats, veggies, everything like that. And everybody in the whole market here is pretty much geared towards what's good for the plague, right? You got a butcher who's like, hey, eating meat's good for you. As long as you're eating good fresh meat daily, from my store, then you got a better shot. And I mean, the marketplace is full.
Well, and she also noted that the people who were selling these amulets and weird cures were selling them last week to like please your lover or whatever.
For other stuff.
Yeah, and now it's for the plague. But whatever's gonna make people sleep at night.
They had a going out of business sale, and then they were open on the following Monday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with all the same stuff,
Yeah.
but different labels now.
It's like all those stores on Facebook. You see them, you've never heard of them before, and they're like, guys, I really regret to inform you guys that we're going out of business and we're having a liquidation sale. No, they're fucking not. They'll be up next week under a different name.
Yep.
It makes me angry because it's predatory.
Because we've spent too much time like scrolling through their websites, right?
Well,
Yeah.
and what sucks is I like fucking with local like businesses and stuff. If I can help them out, then I'd like to do that.
Yeah,
And
support
so
local, always a
if
good
I
thing.
know somebody is doing that, I'm more inclined to spend money at their store. But now I got to second guess that because there's all these motherfuckers selling bullshit on there.
selling the same stuff that you can buy on Amazon for cheaper, and you're like,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Well, I believe I may have accidentally clicked off a note.
No.
You
No.
were good.
Nope, I didn't. Kahlan imagines what she would be willing to do if Richard got the plague too, right?
Yeah.
She knows that she would try anything. She also doesn't have the heart to take away the one little bit of hope that these people have, even if it is dumb.
There's a few things I think I could argue with that, but one of the things I can argue is that that's not a bad thought process.
It's not.
That is like I can be like, okay, I can see where this is coming from, a place of kindness. I get it.
She's being compassionate. Right.
I potentially disagree with the method of execution of
Yes.
what we're doing here, but
Yeah.
okay, this is fine.
But knowing what we know of Kahlan and her and Richard's relationship, literally, they will do whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah.
if somebody on the street or showed up, popped out of nowhere, and was like, you need to wear this weird necklace to save Richard's life, she'd be like, I will do that. I will do that, and I will dance around his bed all night. I don't even care.
I think the thing to note here is that if they were to trust one of these people, right, and then said, all you got to do is put this magic rock on Richard's head, say, or anybody's head, right? Just put the rock on their head, and they will be saved from
Hit
the
him with the
plague.
rock.
And then that person dies and or spreads the plague in the process. Then it's not just a quote unquote harmless crime because, like, hey, you bought the thing, it didn't work, and that's on you. Then the damage of that spreads.
Absolutely, and it's
that is the point where I say it's criminal.
well, yeah, and it gets to a point of like this is time and effort going into something that hasn't actually ever been known to do the thing it's saying it's doing,
Right.
instead of going towards something that might actually work.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm going to spend my half of my paycheck on this, on the hope that it works, instead of spending a quarter of your paycheck on the thing that will work, but not instant or immediate or in the time frame you or were told the other thing would do.
I think the difference here is that they don't have any real, like, method of controlling this or making it better or go away. So she's like, okay, like, fuck it. Do whatever you can because I don't have any good answers for you. So sure, maybe the garlic stuffed in your pillow will help you. Who knows? I don't fucking know.
Well, and we've all experienced that moment too where when the government said, hey, we don't actually have an answer for this right now. You're all going to just have to wait. People are desperate to try anything. Yeah, fuck yeah. I will eat a whole clove of garlic if maybe it'll help. Maybe not, but I'm willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dumb. Yeah. But is it illegal? No.
I'm gonna go through a
It's-
whole thing
yeah.
of disposable gloves going.
But that's
you know,
why when it
at the
changes
store
to,
or whatever.
hey, y'all should drink bleach. Yeah, illegal. That's going to cause a lot of harm. Don't do that. That's dumb.
And I think it's important to clarify, too, that we're mostly, well, no, we're for sure talking about the people that are attempting to sell or huck, if you will, things that they know will not work, but they're hyping up that they will. There's nothing
Right.
There's nothing necessarily wrong if there is something that you think could help, and there might be some some scientific truth that it could help. That's not a bad idea to explore that. That doesn't mean go full in,
Or look, even
but
as
you can explore that.
I was going to say,
especially early on.
and especially with the people doing like meat and veggies and stuff.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah, exploit the fuck out of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. What I like about it is, because it gets one of my friends very upset, is that everything comes down to supply and demand, and I drive him nuts with this by using everything and just pulling it back to it's just supply and demand, and that's what we're seeing here. It's like, hey, we can't sell regular meat. There's no demand for regular meat. There's a lot of fucking demand for magic meat, though. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was going to be more of a Jade reaction on magic meat.
I wasn't ready for it. No,
I have a demand.
You were
pretty good.
I have a demand for magic meat too.
You-
I
We
don't-
heard that, right? He wasn't
Yeah.
ready for magic meat. Okay.
I'm not ready. No.
He's-
Well, maybe you should walk on past.
Well, Kahlan walks on past. She stops in the doorway for a moment, a reception room, and hears Dreffin lecturing about being healthy, about how unhealthy thoughts and actions open the pathway for sickness. A lot of it makes sense. Don't overeat. Don't eat shit that you're allergic to.
Unless
Get
you eat
enough
lactate
rest.
first.
Yes, unless you take your Lactaid pill, and then you're fine. Lactaid's a wonderful thing. But yeah, just kind of general stuff like that. And the crowd is totally amazed as he explains that disease can only afflict us if we allow it to.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
that easy.
Yeah.
All those sick people are just dumb pieces of shit.
Yeah. You just got to learn
Don't-
to suck it the fuck up.
They're just they're just dumb and weak.
Yeah.
Just be like,
Survival
nah,
of the
I'm not
fittest."
sick anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does remind me of one of my coworkers.
Uh-oh.
You have both met him.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to say his name,
I know who
though.
you're talking about already.
Yeah. This man has never been sick in his life. According to him, he is the hardest of the hardcore. But he's a guy that this reminds me of. It's like, I'm not sick. I'm fine. John, your nose is falling off. Like, nope. It's totally fine. Oh, I just said his name. Well, it's fine. I won't say a last name. But yeah. I couldn't. I was in the moment. Anyways, it reminds me of him because he would have this attitude like he is a really tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So things just don't affect him the same way as they affect other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I botched that one. Anyways,
Fucking nailed it.
Too bad you can't edit audio, man.
First try.
it's clear to Kahlan that they aren't listening to the Lord Rawl's brother. Instead, they are listening to Dreffenrawl, the high priest of the Rug Moss.
Mm-hmm.
He leads them through a deep breathing exercise and explains that it expels toxins from the body and will help keep them safe.
Oh. So I just have to be stronger, smarter, and take deep breaths.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to know more about it, we're gonna talk about it later
Oh, okay.
on our
I mean,
on our little happy trail.
I don't know
on
if we
Patreon.
should hide this behind Patreon. I mean, this seems like good life advice for everyone.
Well, for everyone,
Huh.
deep breaths, in and out.
Deep breaths in and out.
If you need to know more, we'll see you on Patreon.
Oh, that's.
It is actually a thing, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I don't
a very
doubt that.
real thing.
I don't doubt that at all.
All right. Well, we will.
He sounds like he's
find
doubting it, Nate.
More about
fight,
that later,
fight,
I think.
fight.
All right. As the crowd breathes, Dreffen turns his head.
Because deep breathing, crowd breathes.
Exactly. Yeah. That's pretty much it. In through the
Nailed it.
nose, out through the mouth. That's what it is. But as they breathe, Dreffen turns his head and looks directly at Kahlan.
Not creepy whatsoever.
Right.
Mhm.
He smiles at her, so
Oh.
she gives an obligatory smile back. Right? Wasn't planning on doing that initially, and then, oh, fuck, he's staring at me.
I actually, okay, this will go into a theory that I have that I want to end this chapter with. But there was only a very small time span in my life where I can remember planning if I was going to smile at someone or not. Okay?
Go on.
No, that's a tease. Stick around until the end because it ties into my new theory.
Oh my god, everyone's so teased up
That
now.
I know.
that helps me to explain everything that happens in this book series.
I'm just gonna edge him out till the end.
Mhm.
Wow.
I will get you there though.
Now, Kahlan can see why people are so charmed by Dreffen, but she is having a hard time forgetting the image of him putting his hands on Kara the way he did. We all remember when he was grabbing her by the,
Yeah.
whatever it is you want to call.
The book the book describes her remembering it as him forcing his hand down there, like
Between her legs,
yeah,
right.
which like just the wording force. It was like
Yeah.
okay.
See, that's the thing. When it comes to a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
just saying, maybe the move is legit. I'm not saying Dreffen's move was
No,
legit.
I know that's what I'm
But
saying.
I'm saying it would have been done in a way different way
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, I guess that's my thing. Either that's her perception or he was very forceful, one or the other.
Yeah, I didn't remember it being described as forceful when it happened.
Right.
It happened, but I don't remember like forceful and aggressive being a part of it.
Right.
It was just like, oop, just gonna scoot on down here, and Kahlan's like, whoa, what are you doing, bud?
Yeah.
So yeah, I
No
was like,
warning first.
was this unreliable narrator moment on purpose though? Like
Right.
this is showing like, no, this is just reinforcement. Kahlan does not like Dreffen.
Or was it
Yeah.
actually more of because we know it wasn't consent
Could've been.
full.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since Kahlan, doesn't really want to hang out and talk to Dreffen after, well, any of this, she decides to move on. And she sees Tristan Bashkar out on a balcony as she passes. When he sees her, he draws back his cloak so she can see the wicked dagger that he always keeps at his belt. It mentions here that he has a habit of doing a super casual Captain Morgan pose so that he can show off his boot knife during conversations just randomly with people.
Just that weird, slightly too high leg kick where your knee, like, you know it's not comfortable for the person. They're just a little bit, a little too high in the air. Like, they're doing this to show off. That's the only thing.
Yeah, well, and all... Sorry? Yeah, and I think it's not just him showing his boot knife, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because you got to spread the legs to do that.
Yeah.
He's doing a David Bowie.
Yeah, he's like, look at my package.
He's pulling a labyrinth.
Yeah.
Let me bring your eyes to this general central location.
Every time I hear that, something
with
with the babe. What babe? The babe with the power. David Bowie has haunted my dreams ever since I was 7 years old. Can't take it back.
Codpiece, man.
The more Kahlan sees Tristan around the palace, right, the more she dislikes him. He doesn't know it, but Kahlan views him as the most childish person in the palace, and she deliberately will avoid him so she doesn't have to be forced to even talk to him. Because, like,
too.
fuck that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, so, fuck that guy. So there's no decision to keep moving here. She doesn't really even stop in the first place. She's just like, nope, 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 and just keeps on moving.
Ta-ta.
I mean, the thing that I think is important and we should bring up right now is I'm getting kind of tired of this, and I think we should just keep moving on right to the beer break.
I love that idea.
Same. I like beer.
Jade's like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Not stopping you.
Yeah.
Which one are we drinking today?
Today we are drinking Sunny Little Thing Citrus Wheat Ale from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. This bad boy clocks in at 5%.
Not bad.
ABV, not bad at all. And it is... Look, we get wheat ales from, I think Sam Adams had one, and so that's the closest thing I can compare this to. I feel like this is better.
Oh, yeah.
They had cherry. Yeah. This is the citrus wheat, so it's not a really distinctive citrus flavor. Like, you can't tell which fruit they're going for. I'm pretty sure it's a blend, but it's very fucking good.
It reminds me a little bit of Oberon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Oberon is definitely more orange-oriented. But I like this one because it's kind of, it's one of those things where it's like you could be super fruity, super sour, whatever, but then if you go too far into it, you start narrowing down the situations that it's good in.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's a nice light little flavor,
a good blend,
you can be flexible.
When it's a sunny little thing, you can just,
so
just live it in there anywhere.
Here's my question to you guys. Out of 10 suns, how many suns would you give this beer?
I'm going to go... Honestly, I think that's a solid 8.
I am speechless.
You seem very surprised by that.
That came in... Okay. Jade?
I mean, I was going to go like 5-6, probably.
Yeah, I felt like I was topping out at a 6. And
wow, really?
You went full 8.
No, this is delicious.
Nate
to me, like
Nate likes
8,
citrus.
Yeah,
I do.
To me, like 8, that's when you start getting into like, this is like one of my favorite beer territories.
Okay.
Like, to me, 6.
But I still feel like that's a solid good beer.
Okay.
5 feels dead in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I would pass on it. But it's more than that. 6 is like a you could or you couldn't, but you might generally take one. So I feel like 7 is pretty good and 8's solid good.
What made you change for a 5 to a 10 scale also?
I think it's
So
it's
we can
more
get
nuanced.
more nuance.
Yeah, because like a
Yeah.
a 3 out of 5 and a 5 out of 10 are not necessarily the same thing because you can't get to a half. But
Okay,
it's-
whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
We will figure out the rating
we'll
scale
we'll
during the
discuss.
break.
What do you pick?
we'll discuss.
You're
6.
6. Okay.
6, yeah.
Okay.
All right. And we will be back right after this.
Mhm.
All right, and we are back for the remainder of Chapter 48, Temple of the Winds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo.
Ulick and Egan give Kahlan a weird look as she enters the room Richard uses to study Kolo's journal.
I wonder why.
No idea. Mystery to me.
Yeah.
When he sees her, he immediately stands and she rushes over to him. They have a big hug and a big cry, and then she begs him not to yell at her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jade and I were talking about this earlier, and we feel, as a couple, that a little yelling is kind of warranted here. Like, of course he does what she asks, right? Which actually makes Kahlan feel a little more guilty because she's sure that he's got things he's going to want to say. But when we were going through this, we were like, no, Richard has enough, he has enough of a reason to be upset to where, not saying he has to scream at her, but if he raised his voice at her, yeah, he probably would. I probably would. You know what I mean? I can't keep my perfect calm in stressful situations like that if Jade was gone and I didn't know what was happening to her, you know? But I don't know. It just felt a little silly that he was just perfectly calm.
Yeah.
So I am not a part of a relationship that's been going on for 15 years. But I've had a few relationships that have gotten into the serious territory. And yeah, if someone being nice to you makes you feel guilty, you did something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
how
good
it
point.
works.
I also did have the thought that she probably looked crazy as shit coming in there. Like,
Oh yeah.
like even just her being so upset. Like, she's been missing for 3 days. She comes in there, a whole fucking mess. They're just like, don't yell at me. Okay, bitch, calm down.
That's my weak spot, though, because I can't stand it when you cry. Jade gets what she wants when she cries, but it's got to be a real cry. None of the fake, that doesn't work. But you guys know, if you have a significant other, when they're doing the big ugly cry, I can't.
I never ugly cry.
That's why we're lucky that we never
My
had a
tears are
daughter, because she would get whatever the fuck she wanted for, like, ever. I couldn't help it.
But Dad, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, have whatever you want. Well, she apologizes to Richard about the threatening tone of the letter she left him, and then she asks about his foot.
Oh yeah, what happened to his foot?
Well, good news, his foot is fine.
Oh.
The chair did die.
Oh no.
Yeah, but Richard says that he doesn't think it suffered.
Oh, it was a quick, painless death?
Yeah, quick and painless.
Ah, okay. At least he was merciful, I guess.
Which, I mean, me and Nate talked about it. I thought it was like a nice, lighthearted little thing, but also, Kahlan is such an asshole for bringing up the foot.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
She had just been like, don't yell at me, and then she was immediately like, poking the bear, being like, "Oh, but you were mad when you found out you couldn't follow me, right?
Yeah.
When you knew where I was, but Shoda wouldn't tell you. You were real mad, weren't you?
Not the time.
Yeah.
Not the time to be snarky, Kahlan.
Yeah.
You
Everybody
have-
saw you kick the chair.
Yeah, you have fucked up. Keep that tail tucked between your legs.
Yeah.
And yeah, keep with the begging.
Yeah, that's how I would probably react to her. I'd be, "Oh yeah, huh?" But no, he's like, "The chair died. Ha 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 ha." It's so funny, and it was funny, but I would not be laughing.
It was funny.
It is funny to think about Richard beating up the chair
Oh.
a little bit.
That's the funny part.
I like to picture
Yeah.
his foot bouncing off it the first time and then just picking it up, throwing it against a wall, slashing it with a sword a bunch.
No. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? It's more physical than that. It's he went to kick it and then his foot got stuck somewhere in the chair and now he's doing this weird kick, stumble, hop around thing and eventually he gets it off but it's still fully intact and he goes to kick it again. Same fucking thing.
You know, the scene that came to my mind
Yes.
was Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
In that room, and then the stormtroopers coming down the hallway and be like,
Just keep on walking.
Nope, turn right around.
Not today. Well, Kahlan tells him that she is now ready to be yelled at. Her his hug has revived her.
Aw.
And she's ready to take it now.
I mean, that is nice. Like,
But
yeah.
he doesn't yell at her. He just kisses her again instead.
Mwah.
It is very sweet. And then the questions start.
Yeah. Here we go.
Richard,
Buckle up.
Yeah. Richard asks what the ancestors told her, and she's like, how the fuck did you know that?
Yeah, see, the reason he's doing it this way is because he can't have her being defensive while he needs information.
Yeah.
So he can't yell at her yet because he's like,
Oh, yeah.
I need you to be open to talking to me. So
yeah.
I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to give you whatever you need. Give me the info.
He's good cop.
For now.
He's good copping it right now.
For
And
now.
bad cop.
Oh,
in
bad
it.
cops on the way. There's never two good cops. Never.
Well, Richard tells her that she still has mud on her face from the ceremony. She's still covered
Mud
in
on
the
your
shit.
face, you big disgrace. Slapping your titties all over the place. Screaming spirit.
Okay.
frogs.
Hold on. Did you say
Wow.
slapping your titties all over the place? Did I hear? Okay.
Because she doesn't have a bra. She was naked, you know? They were just like flopping all over.
Which
I don't
means
know.
she didn't get cleaned off and then put all of her clothes on. So she's
Yeah.
muddy on the inside of her clothes right now. She's dirty. Wow. Wow.
What else happened in the chapter, Nate?
Honestly, I do not remember. Well, Kahlan realizes at this point that she just walked through the entire palace and down the road, and a lot of people saw her like that. 3 different staff ladies asked Kahlan if she wanted to have a bath, and now she knows why.
My thing is she didn't question it. She was just like, yeah, I know I smell like shit. Like that, like what? She was like, what? What did she think that was like, make him say that?
It could have been plague related. Like, whoa, hey, are you like just that maybe offering people baths is now just like a general thing. Like, hey, you need to get clean.
I mean, maybe.
There's a plague going around. I'm just saying I'm going to put it at a 3% chance that is what Kahlan was thinking of, like, why are they asking me to take a bath? That's weird.
She's like, you're a servant. Don't
Yeah.
talk to me.
I guess
Just
I
keep
guess
walking.
there is a plague. Okay, I'm going to keep walking though.
Fuck you.
They had to have been being super polite because not one of those people was like, you got like shit on your face.
Oh, it was like excuse me, Mother Confessor, would you like me to draw you a bath? Not that you
You
need one. Not that you need one.
You know what this was? This is Petty Revenge by Kara, too.
Oh, because she didn't say
Yeah,
She
she
anything.
didn't say a damn thing.
She knew she was covered, and she was...
Mind blown. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, she just let her go.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, Kara.
Yeah.
Good
she was like,
girl.
yeah, you go see Richard now. Go
You
ahead.
didn't want me to have your back then? Well, I ain't got it now.
Yep.
Go
Hey,
for it.
Have fun.
I know sometimes we talk about how there's a chance like, oh, maybe he just forgot. This is lazy, bad, forgetful, right, whatever. I don't fucking care in this instance.
No.
Okay? This is what happened. It was on purpose. It was the whole plan the whole time.
Yep.
I think it
Full
was.
in. I am full in on this.
Malicious
Kara's-
compliance. I won't
Yeah,
say another
exactly.
goddamn word to you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you don't want my input apparently,
Yeah.
so now you
No,
won't get
no.
it.
You're right, Kaylin. You should go back to Richard right now.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Go to
I
him.
will hold the door open. Hell yeah.
You look great. You look great, friend.
Just yells it at her while she's walking away. By the way,
Looking good.
you look good. Don't listen to anyone that says otherwise. You're beautiful.
Well, she tells him they said the plague is spread throughout the Midlands now, too. Sister Amelia has been traveling around and starting it among kids everywhere. Such a cunt. The magic stolen from the Temple of the Winds has caused the plague, but the plague itself isn't magic. So, left unchecked, it could spread throughout the old world too. Jagang does not understand what it is he's released. He's not in control of this thing.
He just found out that this will help me do the thing I want, and I'm not going to give any thought to what happens after that.
Right.
I just, hey, boom, goal met.
Well,
High
also,
five. We did it.
Way to go, buddy.
he probably has obtained a ridiculous he can control everything. So he has he thinks that he can control everything. So like,
Absolutely,
the thought
yeah.
of something out of his control is asinine. And there's a word that I had a whole there was a
Cognitive
term
dissonance.
there.
Narcissistic.
No, I don't. It's whatever. You all know what I'm saying now, so it doesn't matter.
Absolutely, yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what happens once he gets in control once he gets into emperor, full emperor dumb,
Is that like
because he's in charge. Everything's
delusions
fine.
of grandeur?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah.
it's all of that.
He's
He
like
can't be touched.
yeah.
touch
He's
this.
gotten all of this control over everybody around him, and nobody can change anything. So like, it doesn't fucking matter. He's above everyone. He's superior to everyone, and not even a plague could fucking challenge him because he usually can just like. "Boo-boo-boo."
Well, we know that if he does
He
get
can-
sick, he can just breathe it away, so it's fine.
True,
Yeah,
but he can Blue's Clues it.
yeah. Blue can do, so can you. Into the painting.
Blue says few people are going to survive the plague, so that's fun.
Oh no,
I wonder what that clue means.
it's not a good episode.
She also tells him that he was right about the red moons. It was a warning from the temple, which, by the way, is partially sentient. So it is kind of like a Sliff type thing.
It wants to give us
Not a Sliff
pleasure?
type thing, but it is like conscient or
It's like-
sentient.
Monster House.
It is conscious.
Monster House.
Monster House.
That's a good movie.
Richard stares into the fire while she tells him that in order to stop the plague, he has to get inside the temple. But there is no instructions on how to get there. And the temple will reveal what is to be done.
Well, at least it's all straightforward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just do the one thing, and that's it. We're not going to tell you where, how, when, why, who, where, how, or
Anything.
when.
No, I mean, with something like this, it's like they said the instructions will come. Calm down. They
Yeah, don't
said
worry
you'll
about it.
know. You'll know. You're a war wizard.
Well, that's what was so funny. Caitlin says that, and Richard's like, "Oh yeah, did they? Did they say that, Caitlin?"
Will-
and I was like, "Yeah."
We'll print instructions at a later date.
She's like, "Yeah, that's what they said. You got the moon's warning before. I don't know why you're doubting this, but okay."
He also asks about Shota too. Kaylin tells him that she doesn't think Shota was actually trying to cause trouble.
Oh.
The message about the winds wasn't Shota's thing. It was the temples.
Yeah, she's a conduit, if you will.
Yeah, she's the messenger.
Yeah.
She was saying that. Shota did admit to Kaylin that she doesn't want him to have a kid, right? We've known about that before, but this is not related to that. Just like I said, she's literally just the messenger. The ancestors said the same thing too, so it's not just her. Kaylin has verified that this is not just what Shota is saying to potentially get out of being murdered by Kaylin.
Yeah, two-source verification.
She was just trying to get you the message even sooner.
Yeah.
Like the ancestors took this long. Shota was like 6 months ago. Okay,
Yeah.
she was
Hey.
up to date.
Hey, Richard. Hey, we get it. Could the execution of her delivery method maybe been a little bit easier, nicer? Sure.
Yeah.
But is what she said wrong? No.
No.
Okay. So we all know Richard is the seeker of truth, so he's going to see this to be true, and he's going to be totally level-headed, calm, and collected about this.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Is he?
Of course.
Always.
Definitely. Go read the
Luckily,
notes. You'll see.
Yeah, luckily I have it written down right here. You want to know what Richard did, Aaron?
I do actually.
Well, with 3 strides, Richard closes the gap between them.
Oh, to hug her.
He's fucking mad now.
Oh, dang it. Who
He
could've seen
does
this coming?
hold her, in a sense, but
Aw.
he does that by grabbing both of her arms.
Oh.
Look out.
Mm.
It's fucking
Hey,
shake mode.
Mhm.
It's coming.
I won't yuck anyone's yum.
Aggressive.
I mean, yeah, if I did this to Jade in a fight, there would be an immediate issue. Like, really? We argue sometimes. It's fine. It's healthy. I've never put hands on her before, and I feel like if I did this would make her really worry about my temperament in an argument.
I've
You
never
know what I mean?
kicked you in the balls on purpose, but
No.
my knee would be so far up into your body, you would never get it out.
I believe that. I believe that. That's the thing.
That's terrifying. You are a lot bigger than me. So, yeah, no. And Kahlan is a lot smaller than Richard, so fuck him.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yes.
That's scary.
Well, he starts yelling. She sent Nadine.
It's a
She's
little funny,
trying to
though.
keep us apart, but Kahlan clarifies that it was the spirits that sent him a new bride. Shota was just able to influence who it would be, and she wanted it to be somebody that he knew. Then she tells him to let go because he is fucking hurting her. He is squeezing her arm so hard. He does, but like, damn, Richard, what the fuck, man?
Not a good look.
Not a
No.
good move at
Not
all.
a good look.
It was a little funny for a moment because I was just like, he's mainly mad because he's like, you two bitches went and had tequila, you had some margaritas and guac for lunch, and now you came back and you're besties, and I'm marrying Nadine. Fuck you.
And he didn't bring any home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
He's
had a
like,
whole meal set up.
you were supposed to go there and kill her. You just got drunk with her and became friends.
Jade and I were talking about this earlier. There was an old comedian who said that, you know, I'd never hit a woman. I'm above that shit. And then he pauses for a minute and he goes, but I'd shake the shit out of one. And it was funny. And we both laughed. And then we put that in this context and we went, not that spousal abuse is ever fucking funny, right? It's not. But then we put that joke in this context and we both went, ha ha. Oh,
No.
fuck. Yeah, no, it's bad. This is real bad. Now, Richard wants to know what it was that Shota said that matched up with what the ancestor said. Like, I want this double verified truth that you have, specifically. And Kahlan starts to figure out what she doesn't want Richard to know. Like, what she's going to be able to get away with not mentioning to him.
Which it was confusing to me because I remembered everything they talked about, but I was like, she already told him most of it, so what the fuck is she trying to hide back? But
Right.
you pointed out that she is still holding some stuff back.
Yeah, she's trying to avoid saying certain things if she can help it. I don't think she's prepared to out and out lie. I think she's thinking, if Richard doesn't ask, I'm not going to tell.
Yeah, live omission. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's not lying. It's not telling you the whole truth.
Right.
Yeah. I had a children's book when I was younger that taught me that was still a lie. So I always feel guilty if I don't tell the whole truth.
See, but now you know.
Yeah.
Well, she knows that it's dumb to withhold info, especially to somebody like Richard, the seeker with the temper. But okay, sure. She figures it's worth the risk.
Okay.
And-
All right. Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. That's it. That's the whole sentence. Just that sentence to the whole book series.
It's just worth
She
the risk.
knows it's a dumb idea, but she's going to try anyway. That's it. That's the summary. That's the tagline.
That's hilarious.
Holy shit. Anyway, I'm going to lean back again.
But besides, Aaron, she can always just tell him later if she has to.
And of course, that wouldn't affect his feelings or, their relationship at all.
Right.
Oh, I just remembered. Shota also said this. Like, oh, really? You just remembered that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
So Kahlan tells him that they are going to get one more warning from the Temple of the Winds, and
Toe.
it's going to involve the moon. Yes, toe. But she doesn't know how. This warning will be the consequential communion. It must not be ignored, and the future of innocent people hinge on this event.
Is there going to be crackers? And why?
I was told there was going to be pie and punch.
This could have been an email.
Well, here's where it gets serious. Richard growls at her
Rawr.
that she is not sexy growl.
Oh, not
I don't
like
feel
that?
like this is sexy
Oh.
growl.
Oh, I read the room wrong.
I like a good sexy growl, but I don't think
Rawr.
this is that.
What's this doing for you? Rawr.
Not much. Kind of wish I had a camera, though, because somebody is going to love that.
Nope, that's just for us.
Well, he tells her that she is not telling him something. She says it's nothing, but he demands to know.
Don't worry about it, Richard.
He's like, no. No, you're going to say. I think I'm allowed to ask you one question over the course of this chapter. It's time for an answer now. Well, she tells him that Shota saw him marrying someone else and that Kahlan also has to get married. But Shota didn't have any say in who she was to marry. This is not acceptable to Richard. He
Really?
immediately tosses his sword and heads for the fucking door.
Which is comical. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
excuse me? Like, you're fine through this whole thing. And they're like, oh, nope, you're not going to marry some other motherfucker.
Nope,
We
not
out.
fucking happening. Look, if I got to get married to some other broad for the sake of the universe, I will do that. But you are not to marry anybody else
That's right.
under any circumstances.
Isn't Richard also already married to someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only he
Yeah.
can be triple
Yeah.
married.
Just double check.
Yeah. And this is like the SpongeBob meme. I'm gonna head out, except more intense.
He literally picks her up and sets her to the side on his way to the door. She said standing in front of him was like standing in front of a charging mountain. It's fucking terrifying.
He's
Also-
yeah.
I'm glad that that's the phrase Kahlan used, because as we all know, mountains super fast,
Super fast.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Famously so.
famously fast.
He's just like I fully support his right to be mad in this chapter, okay?
Yes,
It's like reasonable for him to be mad in this chapter.
absolutely.
But he does it like two things that are massively red flags for anybody that I love to be in a relationship with. Like, if any of my friends was like, hey, I was hanging out with my boyfriend last night. I came home after like a work trip, and then I decided to tell him what happened, and he shook me a lot. Or like he grabbed me like he was gonna shake me, and then when I told him that we had to break up, he took off to go yell at my parents. And when I tried to stop him, he like grabbed me and moved me from the door.
And that's fine, right? And that's
Yeah.
fine. Like, that's fine, right?
I love him.
I love him though.
I love him.
It's
he loves
fine.
me.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's troubling. That's all I'm saying. I agree with him. I agree with his anger.
Yes.
I want to agree with the way he delivers it.
Yeah.
Yes. Anger, fine. Reaction, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so great. Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that he stops and they have a conversation here. Because they should have just stopped and had an adult conversation. Because that's like...
We
what
were
should
so
happen.
close.
Yeah. We were
So close.
Well, when Kahlan asks him where he's going, he's like, gonna go kill Shota, bye.
I'm just gonna head out real quick. Do you need anything? Do we need milk?
Kahlan tries to drag him to a stop, but he will not be swayed. And this is where Kahlan uses her power over Richard to win. I love this so much. She's like, Richard, if you love me, you'll stop. Now, as a man who has been married for 15 years, if you are trying to avoid a conversation with said person and they say something like that, you can't ignore it because now you're a huge asshole. Like, you're already having an argument. It's not great. But if you're like, if you love me, you'll stop, and then you just keep going, you're basically saying, nah, fuck you. At least that's the way it's taken in an argument.
Yeah.
So we can't do that.
This phrase super dependent on context though too.
Yeah.
Because this specific phrase can for sure be weaponized for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's where it's like let's be careful throwing that line out there.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
just be a
should.
little careful.
there's a hint of toxic.
Yeah, just a little. The toxic one.
Yeah.
So
Just a toxic one.
Richard is feeling cornered, so he barks, what?
Rough.
Kahlan asks if he thinks that she's stupid. Also, can't say yes here,
It's a trap.
right? That's a trap.
That's a meme.
So he says no. And again, Kahlan says Shota is just the messenger. They need to be focused on the plague. Look, Richard's own line, focus on the solution, right? Use your head. We can't be distracted by Shota.
Also, I would argue, use the correct head.
Yes.
Because I know where all the rage is coming from. It's the other head. Use the one that's upstairs,
Use
bud.
the good one.
Touch the starburst thing, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a great point.
Kahlan notices that Richard's magic anger is popping off, but he doesn't have his sword. His fist is squeezing a necklace that she's never seen before. Obviously, it's a Horcrux. That's why he's so pissy.
It all makes sense.
I mean, let's be honest. We all knew that, like, that's exactly what it was. It's a Horcrux.
That's where this was going.
That's where this is going, yeah.
She tells him that she knows how he feels, but he himself said that we can't let Shota's words affect our actions. Remember how she was right but still kind of wrong the last time? Same exact deal here. We can't let her prophecy guide us necessarily. And besides, it's kind of silly because a guy like Richard is, no, my fate is not pre-written. I determine what happens to me. So, yeah, she did a dumb thing, but if you really don't believe in it, then just don't believe in it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Be like,
Way to
"Oh."
go, buddy.
Also, Kahlan is still leaving out one big thing. There's the whole thing about the virgin thing. Tell him that part. Why are you leaving that part out?
Yeah, that's true.
Loophole.
Poop hole loophole?
No, not that one. We don't want to use that one. We want to use the real, like... Never mind. Continue, Nate.
I'm going to use the other loophole. We are going to take just a little bit of a break, and we will be back right after
Take
this.
slip to the loophole.
And we are back. So here's where Richard says the most heartbreaking thing. And also, I want to give a shout out to, Dick Hill, the narrator of this book. He delivers this line perfectly.
He did a very good
He
job.
did a very good job. Richard says, how can your marrying someone else turn out good?
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy.
And you can tell that Colin hates that.
She does. Very much. I kind of hated that too, because you're like, okay, in a book where everybody's being just a little bit irrational, and then Richard drops that line, any criticism I had of him at all, it's just like out the window. I just want to give him a hug. You know?
It's going to be okay, bud.
I know. He's a big guy. He doesn't need me, but still I could sneak one in there.
We'll pretend I needed it.
Well, and then Kahlan realizes that Richard is jealous. She has never seen Richard like this before. She asks him if he trusts her. Careful, that's also a trap. Not now. Now they're having a nice conversation, so it's less of a trap. But you still can't say no.
It's still borderline.
And of course he does. And then she tells him that as long as they both know that they really love each other, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We could be stripping other people. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking about you,
They
babe.
did that shit in medieval times all the time. Look, I'm married to so-and-so, but, like, I'm in love with you. It's not easy, especially since these two love each other. But, look, this can happen.
Because,
There's broom closets, babe.
again, I just want to clarify.
Go ahead, eat that mic.
Richard is currently married as he's having this conversation.
That's
with
true.
Kahlan.
That's
Okay.
true.
Just reminding everyone of that.
Well, he drops the amulet and pulls Kahlan into his arms. And then she checks out the amulet that is around his neck and asks where he got it from.
She's like, oh, cool. I'm close enough. What is this?
Yeah, where's my jewelry?
Shiny.
Kind of felt like she let that hug happen just so she could check it out.
Yeah. She's like, ooh, that's pretty.
Well, he tells her that it was Baracus, the OG Seeker's amulet.
Hell
and
yeah.
He got it from the first Wizard's Enclave,
Mm-hmm.
along with the book containing the trial records. Oh, by the way, he was in the first Wizard's Enclave.
Yeah,
Huh?
I went there.
I found it.
Mm.
You know that thing where you drugged me and then snuck out? Yeah, I found it.
Yeah.
Hey. Here's the other thing I want to bring up at this point, though. Richard got to where we wanted him to. He felt comfortable in the first
That's
Wizard's
true.
Enclave. But, Jesus, he did a 180 in a very small amount of time to go from let me know if I might accidentally touch some books to like, by the way, gonna take this amulet.
Because it's mine.
That if it was in a cave
Oh yeah.
or a temple or anywhere that was behind a locked door, which it was, that shit would for sure be cursed.
If this were
Not
a
gonna
Cave
touch
of
a
Wonders,
book.
everything would be fucking lava by now.
Yes, not gonna touch the books, but yeah, this super cool necklace with a gem in it, whatever it was, diamond, whatever,
Ruby.
ruby. Yeah, I'll take that. What's
To be fair,
what's the worst that could happen?
He already moved the other thing, that orb thing, to grab his blindfold that he didn't
Right.
actually fucking need.
Yeah, just hey, Richard, I'm glad you're at where you are and that you are comfortable in the place you should totally be comfortable in. But holy shit, man, we didn't need to go through the first 3 steps before we got to step 5 or 4, 5. I can't remember how many steps I said. Yes, thank you, Richard. Thank you for getting there.
I can also kind of see now. Richard believes that Zed is dead, but I can kind of
Mhm.
see, if ever they meet again, where Zed's like, "Richard, my boy, that's my fucking necklace. What are you doing with that?
Where'd you get that?
That was really expensive. Put it back, little
You-
fucker.
That's specifically my display necklace.
Is that my robe too? What the shit?"
Are those my socks? Richard.
Zed, I borrowed all your stuff, buddy. Sorry.
It's crazy that it's almost magical that all of our clothes are the same size.
Yeah, weird. It's what's the movie with the pants that change size?
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I've never seen it,
Why
but-
did you look at Jade for the answer on
I
that
don't
one?
know. I feel like that's a movie maybe she had seen.
I have seen it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Have you seen it, Aaron?
No.
Then I guessed correctly.
No, I actually haven't seen it. But I answered you first.
Yeah, you knew what I was getting to. Well, Kahlan asks about the symbol on the amulet. He says the ruby in the center is supposed to represent a drop of blood. It represents the primary edict. Cut. Cut.
Cut.
Once committed to fight. Cut.
Cut.
Everything else is secondary. Cut. That is your duty, your purpose, your hunger. There is no rule more important. No commitment that overrides that one. Cut. His words chill Kahlan to the bone as he goes on.
Cut.
Cut. Cut rat print. The lines are a portrayal of the dance. Cut from the void, not from bewilderment. Cut the enemy as quickly and directly as possible. Cut with certainty. Cut decisively. Cut resolutely. Cut into his strength. Blow through the gaps in his guard. Cut him. Cut him down utterly. Don't allow him a breath. Crush him. Cut him without mercy to the depths of his spirit. It is the balance to life, death. It is the dance with death. It is the law a war wizard lives by, or he dies. And that is where we're going to leave it for this week.
Cut.
Cut. Very intense.
Okay. I got a few things here I want to bring up real quick.
Okay.
So first and foremost, my theory that makes this entire book series make sense to me. I have figured out Kahlan and Richard's age.
Okay.
Richard is 16 and Kahlan is 15. It's the only way that's everything makes sense. Because they
Oh.
are so fucking hormonal. It's ridiculous. The way Richard just flies off a handle, you know where that makes sense? If it's a fucking 16-year-old doing it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
All of this starts making so much more sense to me. These are supposed to be grown-ass adults, right? Isn't like Richard like 27?
Yeah, I think that's... No,
Okay.
Richard is like 25. I think when the
25.
books start, Richard is 25 and Kahlan
Kahlan's
is like
27?
27, 28, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. This makes so much more sense if we subtract 10 years. That's it. They're hormonal.
So
They're
Terry
horny
just
as
put
hell?
him in the wrong setting. It
Yeah.
should have been set in high school.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
should have been Power Rangers, essentially. He's the seeker, but no one can know.
All right. Well, I'm going to pretend this is technically Horny Terry since this is all because of him. But I just picture Bridget Regan in a Pink Ranger outfit and oh, buddy.
Aaron's
Yeah.
got a date with Photoshop later.
I gotta go. No, the other thing though, on a much less horny note, that reading from what's the narrator's name?
I believe it's
An
Dick Hill.
Audible, Dick Hill.
Yeah.
His reading of The Dance with Death is kind of like what we were talking about, where we want to do our interpretations of what The Dance with Death means to us. You know, we said we're going to do that, and we are working on that, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember if that was on the Patreon feed or the regular feed, but it's everywhere now.
It's happening.
We have to release that.
Yeah, it's going to.
Yeah. I think at the very least, I think we could have kind of a contest
Okay.
of sorts, where if you, dear seekers listening at home, want to send us your dramatic reading of Richard's Dance with Death speech.
Ah, okay.
If you were to give us permission, we could share it. Otherwise, maybe we do a contest of sorts and maybe pick our favorite. And
I think
don't
that'd be
know
really cool.
exactly what we want to give out as a prize, but maybe there's a prize of some kind.
Okay.
But I think that would be a fun way to maybe get some of the seekers involved.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
Because we're already doing our
totally agree.
part. You know, one of our parts could be a dramatic reading, but we've said we're going to do ours a little more up to interpretation.
Right.
But send us your readings, dramatic, tragedy, comedy. I don't care. Send it all.
Do the most
Send it.
serious thing you could find
Mhm.
as a comedy. Then find a funny part and just read it deadpan.
But I just wish, you know, after me speaking my truth, that there was a way that we could transition to the true end of the episode.
Well, Aaron, I'm glad you said that, because there is a way for all of the seekers to tell us their truth, and they can do that by writing in their journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com. Thank you, Jade. Or they can follow us on all the social medias at podcastatt. And if they were so inclined, because they loved this episode or this show, they could go to patreon.com/podcastatt, and they can make a pledge of any amount. But look, if that's not their style, they can just go ahead and leave us a nice rating. Would be nice on whatever podcast player they choose, and we would appreciate that very, very much.
Look, if we're going to be honest, 5's preferable.
5 is preferable.
Yeah.
But an honest rating is a good one.
No, we want a 5. We want a 5. We want a 5. What we do want, though, is an honest review.
Yes, give us an honest review, but 5-star rating.
5-star rating.
Yeah.
Honest review.
You could probably edit it later. You know, like
They can.
You know,
Oh, they can.
you know, put the 5 stars there, and then you can, you know, just write everything bad, and then later, you know, we'll fix it.
We'll fix it in post.
No, but the 5 stars is what matters, Nate.
5-star matters.
5-star matters. Well, thank you all very, very much for listening. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Cut.
Cut.